Tourism will not be taking a back seat and will ensure that our presence are felt. Our members are forever looking to enhance their product, and we are going to be working on training initiatives to ensure that we lift that bar. We are aware of the shortcomings, and every time based on feedback or every time we sit and we huddle, we are going to make sure that we continue to lift the bar.
One of the things with training and capacity building, I mean, Dee and I are working very closely on a number of programs, a number of initiatives that will further bolster and strengthen that delivery of service that we speak of. Yeah. And it has started. You know, the work has started. There's a lot of work, but we are both committed to seeing this through so that, you know, we could raise the level of service and that service bar within the entire hospitality sector.
Are you going to share about the executable circuit, which is the recent baby?
Absolutely. So we're looking at development nationally. That's what we do at THAG and at the GTA level. So both of us are working on a project called the Discover Essequibo project, which in a nutshell is to expand the tourism development from the Essequibo coast all the way down to the lower Essequibo area within Bartik and the surrounding areas. And a number of things have been done there already. Identification of new product. As we said, we want to create a very diversified, resilient portfolio. So capitalizing on the natural assets on the coast from the Great Lakes to the agro-tourism potential that is there. And, you know, on the lower Essequibo, the potential for nature, adventure, activities, and ensuring that those come on stream and helping those operators to further develop that.
Definitely.
And the capacity building down there as well, working with all the stakeholders to ensure that they receive the requisite training and mentorship that is required to deliver product at a level that meets visitor expectation.
How could we have this conversation without highlighting that we are going to be placing specific emphasis on and supporting the president in his beautification efforts of the city? You know, when visitors are coming to Guyana, we want to ensure that every aspect that they're exposed to as much as we can is of that welcoming nature, and you know, we at least get to reclaim that title that we've had of Georgetown being the Garden City. Now, why not Guyana being the pristine garden country on the mainland of South America?
I must give credit to, you know, the First Lady, Her Excellency Ari Ali, for the National Beautification Program and drive that she's been having. And I'm even more happy that, you know, THAG and the private sector has amplified those efforts really, and that shows commitment across the spectrum. And you know, Dee and I were playing around some ideas and how to have tourism businesses onboarded on this initiative. So perhaps the Adopt and Attraction initiative, which is going to come on pretty shortly, to look at spaces in and within the city and even beyond the city, adopt that space and maintain, so that, you know, we can have as part of our society and communities a space to look forward to that you know, that connects with us, and that is something that we're going to be working on very shortly.
Whilst you may be operating within a particular space, you can just go a little beyond your compound, more or less, your restaurant, your even if you're a tour operator, you have an office in Georgetown. Just go beyond your immediate environs and try to enhance that. You know, that's where tourism can add a bit of a touch and color to persons who visit your office.
Absolutely. Be the champion. Be the champion for your environment, for your neighborhood, really.
Exactly.
And that is what we want to promote.
And maybe it'll be contagious.
Absolutely.
You have a number of hotels that have tour desks, for example. And you also have members like Front Deck, for example, that cushions within that middle and helps the guest who is seeking further attraction with the actual attraction. So wherever you are, they're like a broker. So we actually use them for that as well. So because we don't have a tour desk at Hertmanson, when I say we would actually outsource that to Frandeck, for example, and say, could you take care of this guest and address all the needs that they have? And we also have, if that guest, for example, has a specific request, we will go to a direct tour operator and say, this guest would like to go to the kite shore because it's specific, and we will, and that tour operator will take care of that aspect. So we are very confident that we have sufficient members within our membership to be able to, depending on the needs, we simply outsource. And that's what the family of THAG is about. We have various groups for various aspects, and the minute there's an issue, we just drop into that group and we say, we have a need here, who can address it? And that's how it's handled. Very easily and seamlessly, I think.
I think that's how it should work, where the integration of tourism services are done rather seamlessly. So whether it's on the tour, organizing and coordination with the accommodation sector, having those existing relations, much like what you have right now, a lot of the hoteliers do have that in play. So they all may not have physical desks. And as we're moving towards a more digital footprint, or to increase that digital footprint, the connections virtually on the web is absolutely important. So that currently exists and needs to be strengthened within the industry. But lots of work have been done in integrating services,
definitely.
From concierge to transport providers to tour operations, very well integrated right now. And that has resulted in the rise of tourism generally, not only from the international travelers, but you're finding that domestic tourism is at an all-time high, and that's because persons are going to facilities, are experiencing tours, are going to restaurants and bars and other entertainment facilities, and are having a good time. The word of mouth is largely positive within the industry as we speak, and that is only going to further be amplified.
Well, how can we not put a plug for Guyana Restaurant Weekend this one? Because as you talk about going to facilities, we didn't have a culture of going out and dining out. It just wasn't part of our daily activity. You'd go for a special occasion, but to really just meet up with a friend, let's meet up and dine, that happened many moons ago, and I think that was the advent of Guyana Restaurant Week, to try and encourage that shift, paradigm shift in dining out. And so now it's the hip thing, thanks to GRW to entice. You must be taxed as well to entice persons to coming out. And so that shift has happened.
Absolutely.
And there's just more that we can build on.
Yeah, and people look forward to that. And I don't know if you want to reveal yet, but TAG and GT are working on a concept to involve more than the restaurants. But I'll leave it as that. And when the time is appropriate, we'll do a special launch for that event. No, there's so much more in store, really. And we're really excited for the upcoming months. We have a busy period, not only on Cricket Carnival, which is taking all of the attention right now, but even beyond that, we have a number of activities to raise the profile of destination.